everybody, welcome to another great adventure over here on RJB Wildlife. Today we are here at the San Diego Zoo where I'm going to be updating you on the progress of Panda Trek. Some very huge news came out over the week and it is very significant on the timeline of this project. So if you're ready for another great adventure, let's go. So there's nothing new as far as the entryway for Panda Trek, or what was formerly Panda Trek. We don't exactly know what the attraction is going to be named as of yet, but they took down all the signage, which is the same as it was last week. There hasn't been much work done to it, but we're on our way over to Asian leopards to see what, if there's any progress going on in that portion of the area. So we're over here in Asian leopards and really the back portion that leads straight into the panda experience. They've actually moved the walls up. And the cool thing about that is they're starting to work on all the stuff around the entryway and the main part of that attraction. But also you're able to see what's going on kind of past that point. And the red panda area looks to be untouched. So we're up here at the Bashore Bridge portion of this update, and there have been some substantial changes made to the habitats over the course of the last few weeks since we've updated this project. So for the habitat portion of this update, they've added a lot of new shrubberies and bushes on top of the trees that were in there during the last update. But as well within the rock structures, they've also put in the wire deterrent. They've also finished up the mesh netting along the edges and the new metal framework for the fencing. On top of that, they also are finished with, or almost finished with, the metal grates that are going to serve as the transfer catwalks for the pandas between Yard A and Yard B. But one thing that is very apparent with this update is that they are putting in new plexiglass sheeting, and that sheeting is even taller than what was there prior, which is going to create a little bit of an issue as far as viewing. We'll see how it appears when we get into the experience here in a few months, but they have installed that. They do have the keeper hut still there for the talks. And in the other habitat, really cool thing is it's going to be right across from where the red pandas are going to be on habitat. So you're going to be able to see the difference between the two animals. Another thing that they've done here is they've put up this like tarp netting on the sides of the bridge, and it's on the side that is adjacent to the quarantine area for the bears. But that brings me to a very important part of this update. Last week, or earlier this week, they announced, or the zoo announced in conjunction with the conservation group in China, that the bears are in quarantine over on that part of the world, which means we are so close to them coming over here. So while they're quarantining there, they'll probably show up here in a couple months or so, maybe a month, who knows. They might be here anytime this month in June or even July. And by that point, they'll be here, they'll quarantine here for a bit, and then they'll be on habitat, and the experience will be ready for the public. One thing I would like to point out with this exhibition is that from what it appears on the Skyfari, the Mang Mountain Viper habitat and the red pandas are remaining untouched for the most part, from what I can tell. Those have not been addressed. That could change here in the next couple of months as the exhibition gets to its final touches and final preparations for the arrival of the giant pandas. But from what it looks like right now, it is still possible that the only loss we're going to get in this exhibition will be the takin. The red pandas are definitely coming back. The Mang Mountains are up in question. So we'll see how it goes, but it's looking promising for the Mang Mountain Vipers. That's going to do it for today. If you had fun on this adventure, please consider hitting that like button. And if you would like to join me on future adventures on this channel, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. And until next time, I hope to see you all again on the next adventure on RJB Wildlife.